An on-duty doctor has been brutally stabbed inside a hospital by patients. Skin reports say that the attacker was upset over the treatment of his mother, which led to the violent assault on the doctor. 2 people have been arrested in the connection with the attack. The doctor suffered severe injuries, is being treated right now in the hospital. The accused, Vignesh, enters the hospital with a kitchen knife that was hidden, is what we are understanding. His mother was suffering from cancer, was admitted at the hospital for treatment. The accused was the attendant to the patient. Believing that his mother was not treated properly, the accused enters the doctor's cabin with a hidden knife and then stabs him multiple times.
The doctor is stable at this point of time, as per the senior team, which is treating him. The doctor has already been provided all the necessary treatment that was required at that point of time, and he is recovering at this point of time.
How many spots was he stabbed?
I'm told by the senior team that at 7 places. That is what the senior team is telling me. As per the information which has been provided by the hospital, the patient's mother was under treatment for cancer in this super speciality hospital, and after that they have taken her to a private hospital, and she passed away, and I think he was quite enraged by that, and the police is still ascertaining what could be the reason. So it will be, I think, premature to say what could be the reason for that particular attack.
கலைஞர் நூற்றாண்டு உயர் சிறப்பு மருத்துவமனையில் இன்று காலை ஒரு 10:30 மணிக்கு விக்னேஷ்ங்கிற ஒரு பெருங்குளத்தூரை சேர்ந்தவர் இந்த மருத்துவமனைக்கு வந்திருக்காரு. அவரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இந்த மருத்துவமனைக்கு வருவது புதிதல்ல. கடந்த ஒரு 6 மாத காலமாக அவருடைய தாயாருக்கு இங்கே புற்றுநோய்க்கான சிகிச்சை எடுத்து வருகிறார். தீவிர புற்றுநோய் சிகிச்சை என்கின்ற வகையில் அவருக்கு ஏற்கனவே கீமோதெரப்பி ஒரு 6 முறை கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. அது நுரையீரல் பாதிப்பும் ஏற்பட்ட நிலையில் இங்கிருந்து அவர்களே டிஸ்சார்ஜ் செய்து கொண்டு போயிருக்கிறார்கள். பிறகு எங்கேயோ யாரோ ஒரு தனியார் மருத்துவர் ஒருவர் இந்த சிகிச்சை முறை சரியில்லை என்று சொன்னதாகவும், அதனால் கோபமுற்றவர் அந்த மருத்துவரிடத்தில் வாதம் செய்வதற்கு இங்கே வந்திருக்கிறார். இந்த மருத்துவமனைக்கு வருகிற போது அவரை சந்தேகப்படும்படி ஒன்றுமில்லை. காரணம், ஒரு 6 மாத காலம் இங்கே நடமாட்டத்தில் இருந்தவர் சின்ன கத்தி ஒன்றை எடுத்து வந்து அந்த மருத்துவரோடு ஒரு அரை மணி நேரத்திற்கு மேலே உள்ளே விவாதித்து கொண்டிருந்திருக்கிறார்கள். பிறகு அவரை கத்தியால் குத்தியிருக்கிறார். குத்தி காது, இந்த கழுத்து போன்ற பல்வேறு இடங்களில் காயம் ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது. அவருக்கு ஏற்கனவே பல்வேறு வகைகளில் இருதய பாதிப்புகள்லாம் இருந்து சிகிச்சை பெற்ற நிலையில் மருத்துவர் பாலாஜி அவர்கள் இப்போது அவருக்கு தீவிர சிகிச்சை அளித்து வருகிறார்கள். நலமுடன் இருக்கிறார்.
And do remember, this is a shocker that has moved a lot of you. This is the reason why we are throwing open our phone lines right now. In the bottom of your screens, continuously our numbers are flashing. You can call us. We'll take your perspective. We'll try to understand what possibly can be done in a situation like this. And before I get in our colleague Varshini, we also have a caller, Shanta Murthy, who's calling us this afternoon. Shanta, good afternoon, and thank you for calling us. What do you feel when you hear about this story?
This is absolutely criminal. They cannot hurt a doctor. They leave such a doctor, leave alone stab them. This man should be in jail for stabbing a doctor who's treating patients. And how do you know who's coming in? Does it mean now that hospitals have to start screening patients and people who enter? This is too much. Some strong punishment has to be given to the man who stabbed the doctor. Really strong. He should be put away in jail for some time. Yeah.
Yes, and I think, Shanta, the man already is arrested. Vignesh is his name, is what we can actually confirm to our viewers. I thank you for echoing that sentiment today. We'll also take more callers, but before I do that, I want to quickly get in Varshini, who is joining us live, and she's been tracking that story. Varshini, this again is an example of what really needs to be done, at multiple levels. Whether this is about sensitization, whether this is about setting an example, Varshini. But what do we know about the condition of this doctor who's been stabbed multiple times? How is he doing now?
Well, he is definitely, suffering a lot from this particular attack that has taken place, because it is not just a stab, it was multiple stabbings, and he's being treated right now, and he's in the intensive care unit where he's being treated for his injuries, and he is definitely fighting for his life on one hand, and on the other hand, there is definitely a big protest that is also being arising at this point, where we can see the government doctors who have announced an infinite protest where they're
Varshini,
going to...
apologies, I'm interrupting you, but I'm I'm told BJP's Narayan Tirupati is also joining us on the phone line. Good afternoon, Mr. Tirupati. It's a shocker. It's an extremely sad story that we are reporting on this afternoon. Your thoughts?
Yes, this is absolutely shocking, and even the doctors are not being protected properly, and there is no protection for them. It is highly condemnable, and this is how the law and order in Tamil Nadu prevails. I think the government has to be more vigilant, and this is because the society at large, the law and order situation, the people, the antisocial elements are growing more and more. In fact, we have seen before 2 days that 2 persons were stabbed in a Sri Lankan refugee camp. So this is happening regularly, whether it is a doctor or a policeman. We are seeing everything in Tamil Nadu. The law and order situation is very, very bad. We strongly condemn this, and the government has to take strict action against all these things.
All right, so you believe that this is again a sad commentary on the state of affairs as far as the Tamil Nadu government there is concerned. I'm thanking you only for the moment right now, Mr. Tirupati. And I want to see if we can also get the DMK Said Hafiz, who's also with us on the phone line. Said, thank you for your time and thank you for speaking to us. How do you see this? Do you believe that there needs to be, a proper system in place to ensure that doctors, nurses are protected at all times? Who takes accountability for a case like this, Sayed?
I am a medical doctor as well. Our medical fraternity, one of our person is attacked. It's very unfortunate. Really, this shouldn't have happened. But there are a lot of things that the government is doing to contain the law and order situation. But however, such incidents are becoming unstoppable. As far as this particular incident is concerned, that the accused has been arrested, will ensure what has to be done and to beef up more security in hospital premises. That is what it's been doing. The government is taking action. Health Minister is continuously monitoring the situation. What I was being told that in some time Health Minister will be meeting the protesting doctors and do the needful at present.
Okay, Sayed, if you allow, because I'm told Narayan Tirupati is still patiently holding the phone line. And, when we had a brief word with him, he's largely said that this is a law and order chaos in the state of Tamil Nadu, where doctors today are really scared. Because look at this. I mean, what was the fall of the doctor? Clearly, our sympathies also lie here with, this victim, Vignesh, who's actually lost his mother to cancer. But the point is that nothing justifies this violence against a treating doctor. Mr. Tirupati, you must have heard what you just heard from Syed, who says that we as a state government are doing enough, but certain incidents are out of our control.
We need to understand that these kind of things are growing. That's what Mr. Hafiz also said. I fully admit what he has said. Actions are being taken, but the government has to see to it that this kind of violence doesn't happen, at least in hospitals. The doctors who are protecting the people, they are being attacked, shows the attitude, of certain people who are there. So I think this is highly condemnable.
All right. I think politics should be the last thing that we see on the story, but I appreciate both Mr. Tirupati and also Syed for speaking to us. We look forward to seeing what happens, the exemplary punishment in the case and also safety for doctors. And I also want to say good afternoon to our next caller, Mr. Balakrishnan, who's calling us this afternoon on the broadcast from Bengaluru. Sir, thank you for your patience. As you know, we were speaking to the political representatives. What are your thoughts, sir, on this absolute shocker?
Good afternoon, madam. My name is not Balakrishnan. My name is Balaji. Correction.
Stand
and it is a very very shocking incident. I don't know what is this governments and all doing. They are, I think, speechless, and things are going very bad. Especially BJP. No, BJP is not ruled by this thing. Opposition is ruling the state, where law and order is zero, I can say. I don't know what is center doing all these things. Simply they are getting only advertise this thing, media coverage, that's all. But nothing has happened. Calcutta, what happened? Nothing. Even courts are also so they must delay in that giving judgment. It's very sad affair. See, nobody, especially opposition rules, they are lost fear. People have lost fear about the police and government and all. Government should be very strict in this regard.
Absolutely. I think I second that sentiment, Mr. Balaji, and thank you for calling us. Vijayan is also our next caller. He's calling us this afternoon from Chennai. Vijayan, who's to be blamed for what happened? I mean, this is a very, very sad story, but what are your thoughts?
Crime is rampant throughout the whole of India. It is not a problem of the police. It is not a problem of the government. Supreme Court must say that we all have to follow the law, and they must have standards that all the people of India should have a decent behavior and should not have crime. Unless the Supreme Court steps in and says there will be no crime, all crime will be punished, this will continue for eternity. We are all fighting for 75 years on caste, religion, and so small things. Let us all forget it. Let the Supreme Court help us to become a normal citizen and a normal, happy nation without any riots, without any crime. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijayan, for calling. I think that's the way to look at stories and possibly looking for a solution. You know, the positive outlook in life dearly does change how we approach a lot of our problems, Sriram. Thank you for your patience. You're calling us from Chennai this afternoon too. What do you think about this story when you heard about it, when you read about it?
It's a very shocking incident. So this can't happen to a doctor. Why doctor for any person? I think in a government hospital or maybe in a large hospital, they must be having fisking away or metal detector so that nobody enters. After all, like in airport where there is so much of rush, people do go through fisking. I think similar things should happen when in the hospital, and it's a high time they do that, because it's very difficult for a family to come in terms of such kind of incidents, and this must be curbed. After all, the doctors are doing a human service. I mean, so it's very, very unfortunate and very saddening to see. So my take is, please have a metal detector at the entrance of the hospital, and there should be only one exit and one entry, and so that nobody can slip through that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you for calling. And do remember, our numbers are flashing continuously on the bottom of your screens. We are taking